How's it going, guys? I'm here to review Mortal Kombat Legacy 2011.
Oh. Father!
Get over here.
There's a flood coming, gang. And I'm offering you a place on the Ark.
So Mortal Kombat Legacy is a web series. This is not Mortal Kombat 3, and this is not another Mortal Kombat reboot. It's a TV series / a web series. So if you guys own the 4-movie collection of Mortal Kombat, you would have Mortal Kombat Annihilation, you would have Spawn, which is a completely different movie, and you would have Mortal Kombat Legacy, part of the collection, which is a web series, like I said. The reason why I say it's a web series, because there's 2 seasons, and each, I haven't seen season 2 personally, but season 1, each episode is like a totally different origin, a different tale, explanation of each character, such as Melina, Katana, Shao Kahn, Raiden, Johnny Cage, Cyrax and Sector, Sub-Zero and Scorpion, you name it. And then this was released around the hype of the new Mortal Kombat 9 game, or Mortal Kombat 2011 when it came out back in the day. Like, the hype was real. Like, when the game came out, everything about Mortal Kombat was just full of hype. That's why they made this. I assume that's why they made the web series, for pretty much promoting for the Mortal Kombat 9 game. Even Skrillex, which is a dubstep musician, he even covered a track for the Mortal Kombat 9 game soundtrack for a reptile scene, which is really badass. So everything was just full of hype. And not only just that, the trailer came out back in 2009, 10. It came out a few years before the web series even was released in 2011. There was a trailer for this web series, but it was different. It was called Mortal Kombat Rebirth instead of Mortal Kombat Legacy. And the trailer, what we've been shown, it has the same cast, at least some of the same cast members, some of the same characters, but it was portrayed very differently. It was more realistic. It's still dark. The Mortal Kombat Legacy, this web series, is pretty fucking dark. It's darker than the 90s movies that I covered, but it's not as dark as the trailer was going for Mortal Kombat Rebirth. The reason why I say the trailer is more darker than the actual web series, because Johnny Cage fucking dies in the damn trailer. Like, literally, they show you right off the bat that Johnny Cage dies. It's more real oriented, because instead of Baraka being like a creature Tarkatan from like Shao Kahn's like minions, he's just a doctor with dreads, and the doctor went crazy. He just put like these blades in his arm so that way he can kill his patients, and he's a good fighter too apparently, and he wants to be part of the tournament. It's really kind of surreal.
And he even surgically attached a pair of 10-inch blades into his forearms. Codename Baraka.
And then they introduced Reptile, which instead of an actual reptile, it's a guy with a skin condition, and he loves to eat meat. He likes to collect heads in his fridge. He's kind of like a cannibal with a skin disease. It's kind of weird, but it's different. It's refreshing. I like it. So the trailer promises a more realistic, more like dark tone to the Mortal Kombat Legacy, and it was called Mortal Kombat Rebirth. So after watching the trailer, people got hyped, but I can tell there are some other people that didn't like how different it is and stuff like that. So of course they went back to the old like Mortal Kombat lore, and they go back to the roots, and that's when they rechanged the title Mortal Kombat Rebirth to Mortal Kombat Legacy, and that's what you have now. Is like, it's a retelling of these characters, but it's still in the Mortal Kombat realm, so it's not totally different like how the trailer perceived it to be now.
This guy's 30. He likes to rip the heads off his victims' bodies. He stores the heads in his refrigerator. And when he's hungry, he eats them. His known fatalities are in the double digits. Codename Reptile.
So like I said, each episode tells the story of Sonya and Jax and how Jax lost his arms, how Kano lost his eye, why Sonya and Jax is going after Kano. It tells you the origins of Sector and Cyrax. They were pretty much part of a clan before they became cybernetic ninjas. It tells you the origin of how Johnny is just losing fame in Hollywood and now he wants to be part of the tournament. And it tells you that, like, it tells you all these origins. It even tells you the origin of Kitana and how her world was invaded by Shao Kahn, how her mother sacrificed herself or killed herself, how her actual father died. So now that she's adopted by Shao Kahn, and Shao Kahn makes a clone out of Kitana, an evil clone, and that's when Mileena is created. Well, technically Shang Tsung created Mileena, but yeah, either way, Mileena is like the deformed, half human, half like Tarkatan version of Kitana. That's why she has that like razor teeth like mouth. So there's another episode where they explain the origin of Scorpion, or aka Hanzo Hasashi, how Scorpion's clan was killed by Sub-Zero's clan, the Lin Kuei, and how Scorpion's like his wife and his son are just completely got murdered by Sub-Zero, and then he gets killed by Sub-Zero while fighting him. But it's been revealed that Sub-Zero is actually I forgot, it was either Shang Tsung or Quan Chi, one of the sorcerers that like disguise themselves of Sub-Zero to frame him pretty much. So that way Scorpion can target Sub-Zero in the tournament. So that like it uses all the video game origins for these characters, but put them onto the small screen, the web series pretty much. There's one more episode where they tell you not the origin of Raiden, but there's like a different episode where Raiden's literally stuck in a mental institution. No one believes that this guy is the god of thunder, that he's Raiden. So they use heavy drugs on him. They sedate him to the point where he loses his powers. It's kind of a realistic, like a telling story of Raiden, the character, which is, that episode was quite interesting. It was different. It was quite refreshing compared to the other episodes because it felt so surreal and different. That Raiden, that's the whole premise of the episode. Raiden is just stuck in the mental institution, and no one believes that this guy is actually Raiden because they might think this guy's crazy. Of course, yeah, it's a pretty good episode either way. I don't want to spoil anything else.
Leave no survivors. Understand? None.
Hasashi, are you listening? Find Shang Tsung and finish him.
Hanzo Hasashi is dead. Scorpion.
So what did I think about this Mortal Kombat Legacy web series overall? I like it. It's intriguing. It's different. It's way darker, bloodier. It's more surreal. But I still enjoy the 90s movies way better because it still has that 90s nostalgia and it has that 90s like arcade, old school video game feel to it. And it just has more of an aesthetic with those original movies. Even though Mortal Kombat Annihilation wasn't that good, I still find it more entertaining and enjoyable than Mortal Kombat Legacy web series. I don't know. Mortal Kombat Legacy web series, it was good, but like to me, like it was dark, which is good. I love dark shit, but at the same time, I felt like it was kind of bland with dark. And dark and blend to me sometimes doesn't mix well, but that's just my personal opinion. This series wasn't bad at all. If you guys like the retelling of these characters, their origins, and how dark it is, I actually like it too. So if you guys like it, that's cool. But either way, I just prefer the 90s movies because the 90s movies are just classics. So I thought this web series was pretty good, pretty dark, but not as good as the movies. So I would rate this web series, I would rate this web series a 7 out of 10. It's not bad. It's pretty good. So that was my quick review of Mortal Kombat Legacy 2011. Please leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And I'll see you guys in the next one.
It has begun.
You're naive to think humanity is worth protecting.
Liu Kang?
When do we begin?
Now.
big trouble.